The worst thing that could ever happen to your online business is going viral. Everyone dreams of that one big viral moment, a post, a reel, a short, breaking out into the world and changing everything overnight. You think all it takes is one breakout. Millions of eyeballs, thousands of followers, fame and fortune are just one viral post away. Most people look at celebrities like Khloe Kardashian and imagine, if I create viral content like her, I'll sell millions a day too. I'll build my business, become world famous, and attract customers and clients without much effort. And while that can happen, the reality is that this only happens for the 1% of the 1%. The 1 in a million people who already have status, a reputation, or some other huge unforeseen advantage that the majority of us will never have. Here's what going viral really looks like for most people. You want more views, so you start creating content that is as entertaining and as engaging as possible. Let's say it actually takes off. The likes, shares and views start pouring in. But there's a problem. In the eyes of the audience, you are now entertainment. So although it feels good, you end up positioning yourself as an entertainer, not a trusted expert or someone people want to buy from. You, my friend, are building attention, not intention. One day I stopped and asked myself, why do I actually want to go viral? The answer changed my view on content completely. I didn't want more views. I wanted more sales so I could grow my business consistently. This is when I discovered converting content. Let me explain to you what makes it so different. It makes your target audience feel seen. It proves you can solve the problem that makes them want to pull out their credit card. It clearly communicates that you have what they need, whilst also getting shared algorithmically by Instagram. Which means you don't just get free traffic, you get pre-sold buyer traffic from people who are actually excited to work with you, which is what your business actually needs to grow. I spent 3 years creating content like a maniac trying to figure this out. In 2021, I was posting 8 times a day some weeks. I was copying everyone who seemed to be winning. I was chasing every trend, every viral format, every new strategy some guru said was working. And honestly, the views came, the followers came. I grew to over 615,000 followers across platforms. But here's what was going on behind the scenes. One month, I had a video hit 10 million views. Over the course of the month, I'd hit something like 30 million views. But when it came to sales of my digital product, I'd made under $3,000. I found this confusing because I thought this would be the start of my business blowing up. The following month, I made just over $2,500. Chasing views and follows wasn't working. The content that gets people to like isn't the same as the content that gets people to pay. And I felt completely lost with what to do. I had no idea what was working and what wasn't. One afternoon I remember specifically after a friend of mine texted me, "I've just seen this video, you got 4 million views, your business is blowing up." The video in question made me $500 in sales over the course of 2 weeks. $500 from 4 million views. I realised I'd been playing the wrong game. I was stressed out because I was doing everything I'd been taught to do. Posting consistently, being authentic, providing value. And sure, people were watching, but they weren't buying. If you're watching this video, I can save you a lot of time and effort. There's this stupid myth out there that if you just get enough views and enough followers, the money will come. And I know that's a myth now, because I tried it. I gave it everything I had, and it didn't work. You see, I was playing by the rules. I've spent over $20,000 in content coaching, and I can tell you, I've done everything that these viral content coaches and courses are teaching. But what none of them will tell you is this. The content that makes you famous is completely different from the content that makes you money. And I didn't know this at the time, so I kept doing what everyone else does in this situation. I'd scroll through Instagram, see what was trending, think, okay, I need to make something like that. I'd spend hours creating it, editing it, writing the caption, posting it, and I'd watch maybe some views come in, maybe some comments, maybe some likes, but when it came to cold, hard sales, there was very little. Minimal DMs asking me about my offer. No sales calls were being booked. Customers and clients were incredibly difficult to find. They definitely didn't just find me like they do now. Then something happened that changed everything. I posted the video and it got 22,000 views. Not 4 million, 22,000. And that single video made me over $10,000 in sales over the following week. I'll never forget that moment when a handful of people joined my community off the back of it, and I asked how they found me. They all said exactly the same thing. That reel got me. I could see you were the real deal. I had to figure out why this video had been so successful. I sat there looking at the analytics thinking, what's different about this? Why did this one convert when videos with 200 times more views barely made me anything? So I started analysing it, but I put the views and follows to one side and started looking at what I'd actually said in the video. The video wasn't designed to go viral. Although it did get me a load of new followers, it wasn't designed to reach as many people as possible. It was addressing a specific pain point my audience was struggling with. But instead of just talking about the problem, like most content does, I showed them my exact process for solving it. I proved to them that I had a process. They saw the proof and the real results to go with it. This wasn't top of the funnel content designed to reach new people. This was middle of the funnel content designed to walk people through the solution to their problem. And that's when it hit me. I'd been creating content completely backwards. I'd been listening to what was said rather than watching what was actually happening. I'd been focused on attention when I should have been focused on intention. You see, I never wanted to be famous. I didn't want to become Nick Kardashian. I wanted clients. I wanted customers. I wanted predictable revenue, rather than the headache of unpredictable cash flow with no idea of what I should be doubling down on. And this video showed me exactly how to get it. So I started studying why it worked more deeply. Looking at the principles of buying psychology, I studied those that ran paid ads, and this led me into a world of direct response marketing and deep human psychology. And I realized that the marketers running paid ads have figured out something that most organic content creators completely miss. When you're paying for traffic, you can't afford to waste attention. Every view costs money, so the content is designed specifically to convert, not just get views. Everything is mapped to buyer psychology. They understand the stages people move through before they buy. They definitely aren't bothered about going viral. They know exactly what message to deliver at what stage. And I thought, what if I could apply this to organic content? What if instead of chasing reach and hoping something sticks, I designed every piece of content to move people through the buyer journey? What if I could grow my audience and convert them at the same time? So I built a system. I started mapping every piece of content to buyer psychology. Instead of just pandering to the algorithm, I created different types of content for different stages. Some content designed to build authority, some to address objections, and I ended up building a systematic process so I wasn't just guessing what to post anymore. And the results were staggering. I went from unpredictable income to multiple six figures using this exact system. But here's the really cool part. I started teaching this to other coaches and entrepreneurs who were stuck in the same cycle I was, and it worked for them too. Jacob had just over 2,000 followers when he first asked me for help. He was posting every day, sometimes multiple times per day. He'd always just focused on other platforms because he believed Instagram would never work for him. This was until he created one reel using this system. And that single reel made him $5,000 a few days after he posted it. And then there's Orlando. She was stuck at $500 a month. She felt completely lost when it came to content. She had no strategy and no direction. She was completely overwhelmed by the sea of contradicting noise most content coaches out there are preaching. I taught her the psychology behind moving people's emotions. She quickly implemented it into her content strategy, and now she consistently hits $3,000 days. Not months, days. And she's not posting 8 times a day. She's not chasing viral content. In fact, she has no real interest in viral content at all. Saying that, she has grown from 450 followers to 70,000 followers. But her audience intent is very different to most people that have that following. She has built an incredibly valuable business. She now creates 4 to 5 strategic pieces of content per week, and that's it. The system works because it's built on a simple truth that most content creators miss. You can create all of the content in the world, but there are only certain types that convert to sales, conversions, and clients. And once you understand which types those are and how to map them to buyer psychology, everything changes. You're not guessing anymore. You're not hoping. You're not throwing content at the wall. You're being strategic. Now listen closely, because this is very important. It took me 3 years of posting constantly and making almost nothing to figure this out, and another 2 years of testing and refining to perfect it, which is why I feel it is safe to say that I haven't left anything for you to figure out. I've already done all of the hard work, so I've taken everything and put this into a system I call the Converting Content Formula. It's a 71-page book and a 7-day fast start training that shows you exactly how to turn Instagram into a reliable conversion machine. One that doesn't require you to lip sync popular songs or hire someone to go out and start interviewing people on the street. This isn't another course about how to go viral or how to hack the algorithm. There's millions of those already. This is about building a conversion-first content system that generates sales, customers, and clients predictably. Because here's the thing. You can have 1,000 followers, 10,000 followers, or 100,000 followers. It doesn't matter if they're not buying. I'd rather have 5,000 followers who are primed to buy than 500,000 followers who see me as entertainment. And that's what this system does. In the book, I break down the exact psychology behind content that converts. On page 24, you'll see the triggers, the messaging patterns, and the buyer journey stages. This is what actually separates random posts from revenue-generating content. On page 33, I give you my hook, problem, proof CTA framework. It's this exact structure I used in the 22,000 view video that made me $10,000. You can literally plug your content into this framework today and immediately increase your conversion rate. On page 43, I show you how to build what I call a proof bank. This is one of the most valuable things you'll ever do for your business. It's a library of transformation stories, client results, and authority content you can pull from, so when you create content, people feel compelled to pull out their credit card. This will not only save you time, but will help you increase your sales so you can focus on growing your business. I've also included the content system I use to map psychology to content types. You simply tell my AI agent your goals, it will tell you what to post. This means you'll know exactly what to post and when, based on where your audience is in the buying journey. Finally, you'll have a content system that grows your sales. Plus, I'm breaking down 2 of my highest converting reels. You'll see exactly why they worked and what psychology they tapped into, and how you can replicate the same approach. Now, I'm also including some bonuses to help you implement this faster. The 7-day content plan generator is a custom tool that helps you build out a full week of psychology mapped content based on your audience and your offer. The converting content vault is another bonus where I break down these 2 high-performing reels frame by frame. The buyer psychology cheat sheet is a 1-page reference of triggers and frameworks you can use immediately. And the 7-day fast start training is video walkthroughs of implementing everything this week. All of this normally sells for $327, but I'm not charging that today because I want to make this accessible to every coach and entrepreneur who's tired of posting constantly with nothing to show for it. So you can get everything, the book, the training, all of these bonuses for $27. $27. Now, I realize that's very inexpensive and you might be wondering why I'd basically give this all away. So here's the deal. I'm making this offer with the idea that you'll be so impressed with what I'm giving you and you'll want to do more business with me in the future. Maybe you'll even join one of my programs. Maybe you'll become a private client. Maybe you'll even have me build out your entire content system for you. Right now, all I want for you is to get your hands on this so I can prove to you that it really does work. Pretty straightforward. Also, just so I can make this completely risk-free, here's what I've arranged. Download the book, watch the training, and if you're not blown away, just send me an email within 30 days and I'll refund your $27. No questions asked. And here's the best part. You can keep the book anyway. Consider it my gift for you giving this a shot. So click the button below and grab everything now for just $27. You'll get instant access to everything. And in the next hour, you can start building a conversion-first content system that generates clients predictably. No more guessing what to post. No more content that goes viral but doesn't convert. No more random, unpredictable income. Finally, you'll have a systematic approach that grows your business.